Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP, and today we bring you a very special battle report as we enter France once again for our first game of Chain of Command 2. Alright, yeah, Chain of Command 2 is here. The wait is over, and we are very excited about this. We've been taking our notes, we've been reading through the book, and we are going to do our best to get as many of the new rules into this game as we can. This is not a teaching game at all. We barely know the new rules ourselves, so we're going to fumble through this and do the best that we can. So that being said, let's just go ahead and get started on it. I'll begin with the terrain as usual. So we have the outskirts of a village here. So the Germans are going to be holding the town and the British are going to be attacking from over here. And in the town we have a bunch of buildings. These are all intact buildings and they're all going to be hardcover except for these two outbuildings here. Well, I guess any of the outbuildings. The main buildings are hardcover and the outbuildings are soft cover. We also have some soft cover fences. These are going to be major obstacles, or the tall obstacles. They're going to be soft cover and block line of sight unless you're within 2 inches of it. We have some minor obstacles, non-line of sight blocking fences here. We have some minor obstacle hard cover fences here. And over here we have a bunch of stone walls that are going to be minor obstacles, hard cover as well. Small clump of trees over there is going to block line of sight. Any patch of grass is going to be soft cover, non-line of sight blocking terrain if the unit is inside of it. And other than that, that's pretty much it for the terrain. Terrain-wise is basically the same as Chain of Command 1. Not really any differences there. So let's go ahead and talk about the mission. Alright, mission-wise, we're going to go big. We're going to go right to the end of the list on attack and objective. And as I mentioned earlier, the British will be attacking from that direction. And the objective is going to be the crossroads here. So the objective has to be 20 inches from the edge. We are playing long ways, obviously. And this is going to be the objective. So the British have to get to the crossroads, capture it, and hold it. So once captured, there's a new thing, Chain of Command 2, which has totally revised the objective system, as that was one of the biggest complaints I had with Chain of Command 1, was that objectives were basically irrelevant. But now they've changed that. There's some mechanics introduced to make objectives a little bit more relevant. And one of them being the final countdown. So if I were to get to this and capture it, with 3 Chain of Command points, which you can now spend, and we'll get into that during the game. But the final countdown, you spend 3 Chain of Command points, you begin the final countdown. And pretty much that's a clock to run out the game. And you will take the opponents, whoever calls it, either side can call the final countdown. Once the objective is captured, you take the enemy's force morale, and that's essentially how many phases you have left. If anyone rolls a 666 and turn during that final countdown, the game ends. And once you get to the end, no one rolls 3 6s, and you are at the end of the final countdown, then another phase begins where the first double phase, 2 6s rolled in the game. So it's a way to speed things up, it's a way to make the objectives important, and a way for either side to win based on the final countdown. So pretty cool. We look forward to giving that a try. Alright, so patrol phase, the attacker is going to get 3 or 4 anywhere along his edge. And the defender is going to have 4 patrol markers 20 inches from his edge. But they have to be spread out exactly 12 inches apart. So it's going to be slow going for the attackers. Being 12 inches apart, as anyone who's played Chain of Command knows, when you have your patrol markers that far apart, it is tough to move. So that's a way to slow the attacker down, I think. I mean the defender down. Let the attacker maybe get up a little bit farther. So that's a good idea there as well. So at the end of the patrol phase, place our 3 jump off points, and the attacker will get D2 free moves. So they'll either get 1 or 2 free moves. And then the support wise, the attacker, we're going to get 1d6 plus 10, and the defender will get 1d6 plus 5, and there's no restrictions on that. And then at the beginning of the game, both sides are going to get free Chain of Command points. We're both going to roll, and we're both going to get D3 free Chain of Command points. So to sum it up, British starting over there, we got to get and hold the crossroads. Someone's going to start the final countdown, and the game will end. But of course, force morale is still a thing. It's not gone away. So that option is still there if you want to do it. But we prefer not to. All right, that's the mission. Now let's take a look at the forces. So force platoon composition has changed a little bit in version 2 for some of the forces, Soviets especially. Their infantry platoons are a lot different, but we're not playing Soviets. We're playing British, and we're going to be rolling in with a regular old infantry platoon. So the force rating here is 0. And from what I can tell, it's pretty much the same. The only thing might be different is a 3-man 2-inch mortar team, but that might not even be different. I don't remember. So let's go ahead and talk about what we have here. So we're going to have our senior leader. This is going to be Lieutenant Barry Hume. He is going to be armed with a pistol. And our other senior leader is going to be Sergeant John Baldwin. He's the platoon sergeant. He's going to be armed with a rifle. Also in the command section, if we want to call it that, is a Piat team. This is Barry Tyler. And we have the 2-inch mortar, which is going to be Josh Bruder. And the bulk of the platoon is going to be 3 sections, all the same. They're going to be commanded by a junior leader. They're going to be a 3-man Bren team, 6-man rifle team. And from right to left, we're going to have Cody Neal, James Mulholland, and Kevin Clausius commanding the sections. And that's it for the British. So let's take a look at the Germans. The German platoon is a force rating of -1. And you may notice there is one thing missing here, and there's no more Panzerschreck team. So that is out. But this is a regular German infantry platoon, not Panzer Grenadiers. We want to try to keep it fairly even. So we're just bringing the equivalent, basically, of the British platoon. It's only got one senior leader. It's our good buddy Lankowski commanding the platoon. Then we're going to have 3 squads, each commanded by a junior leader with a submachine gun. And each squad is going to be a 5-man rifle team and a 4-man LMG team, and each will have 1 Panzerfaust. So I did model them in the rifles teams, but in reality the leader has it and he can give it to whoever he wants. That's just a marker to remind us that they do have a Panzerfaust, but it can come from anywhere on the junior leader's command. And that's it. Yeah, so no more Panzerschreck. I think this rifle team maybe even got smaller, so a little different. But yeah, not having that built-in Panzerschreck, that's a big change for the Germans, because that thing is really nasty. Anyway, that's it for the forces, and let's go ahead and get started. So Robert's arrived. He's going to be taking the Germans. I'll be the British. And we've done the patrol phase. So Roberts are right there by the objective.
Yep.
One in the garage here. One in the corner of that wall there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one on the edge here. One in the barn here. And then one right there. So one thing that I was talking to Andre that he noticed right away, just to talk about Chain of Command 2 difference versus 1, is that in Chain of Command 2, if there's 2 enemy patrol markers, or more than 2, you pick the 2 you want to use. I don't think in version 1 it ever explicitly stated which one you had to use.
No,
So,
that's the one thing, that's definitely something I noticed, that a lot more things are explicitly defined.
Yeah, and so the way we played it was, I think it was we did the first 2 that locked or something.
Yeah.
So it always led to a lot of shenanigans with Andre, where we would have very narrow deployment zones, just because of the way the patrol phase played out. Well, that's gone now. You can pick whichever 2 you want, so that gets rid of that gaminess. Anyway, so moving on, force morale wise, we just went max, so I'm going to have 16, and Robert's going to have 12. Well, 11 plus 1 for the force rating difference. Force morale wise, I'm at a 10. So now a 4 and a 5 is a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled a 4, I got a 10, and Robert got a 9.
Yep.
He's a force morale 9. So we picked our support. done our patrol phase. Now we're going to go over our plans.
Okay, so I have 12 support points. You can see I spent 1 here on this barbed wire. Because it's a new rule and it's new, I'm taking 1 point for the mines in the verge. So Travis has to make a check anytime he drives a vehicle off one of those roads, is my interpretation. And an adjutant, because I only have 1 senior leader, so that's 3. And then I'm going to take advantage of the MG42 on a tripod with the entrenchment for 3. Panzerschreck team, because it's no longer integral to the headquarters, for another 3. And then, because this is a grenadier force and we're, not that great, I'm going to take Pack 37. Sorry, Pack 36 with Steel Granat for another 3 points. So that's my total of 12. I may have messed things up because everybody's a little bunch. I got a jump off point here, here, and here. But basically, I wanted to force him to either come this way or this way. He can't just drive down the road. And then with I've got 2 options for the entrenched machine gun. I can either, if I see like a big infantry force here, deploy it out there and then have a grenadier section deploy there. I can either deploy the Pack 37 or the grenadier in the garage, and then I'll keep a reserve to deploy here to contest the objective and hold that reserve as long as possible. If he gets in the objective, I may just drop him right into close combat, provided they haven't shut that jump off point down. Other than that, it's basically just try to keep 2 sections and my support points up here with my 1 section in reserve and the Panzerschreck in reserve as long as possible, and with the adjutant to make sure I can always deploy unless he brought a preliminary bombardment, and then just try to keep from bunching up and keep everybody in roughly the same cover so he can't, I just pick a piece and pick on him. I basically figure given that his jump off points are here, he's going to be coming this way. So I think the most likely situation is going to be the machine gun and supporting grenadiers here, and then another grenadier here, where we can put the Pack 37 in the barn, which I may very well end up doing because he'll get some obscurement from this. But if he comes off the road to support, I could also even put the Pack 37 like right there and just leave this as a threat. So either way, I've got some options. So that's essentially the plan, is that this is where I want the engagement to be, with a reserve for if/when he breaks through.
Alright, so the British plan, I have 16 points. So I'm bringing a mortar barrage, just because I want to try it out. It's very different than version 1 mortar barrage. Don't normally ever bring it, but I'm going to try it this time. I'm going to bring 2 Bren Carrier Recce teams. So it's a Bren Carrier with 4 guys, a 3-man Bren team, and then a junior leader. So 2 of those, because I want to try to get up to the objective as fast as I can. The Bren Carriers are small, they're low profile. If I can move flat out with them, that's a -3 to hit right away. I'm also bringing a Vickers machine gun team, and then I'm bringing a replenishment point for my mortar. So mortars have limited ammo now. 3 rounds smoke, 3 rounds HE, and then you're done. But the replenishment point will let me reload for another 3. So I'm going to bring one of those for 1 point. So the Bren Carriers are going to have to come in on the road. We'll come in as fast as we can. Probably try to set up a base of fire here with a section of Vickers 2-inch mortar, probably as senior leader. Another section will come here. Probably bring my Bren around this way. I can't really get through. I think I can get through that, but I could potentially bog down, I think. So if I want to avoid that, I'm going to swing my attack around this way and try to sweep in from this direction. Hopefully my Bren Carriers will make it through whatever anti-tank he has. He doesn't have the Panzerschreck Organic anymore, but he could easily buy one. And he has a lot of points. So base of fire, infantry section, Vickers, senior leader, 2-inch mortar, 2 other sections coming in here, Bren team coming around, everything moving around this way. Probably drop the mortar in right around here after he deploys. The mortar So, well, I'll get into it more, but I need chain of command pips, or I need a 1. It only activates on a 1, so you can't just park the senior leader next to it anymore and just fire it off. So you have to either have a 1 or chain of command pip. So I need to have at least 3 chain of command pips at my disposal, assuming I don't get 1s, to keep that thing going. So you have to keep it going every phase. It only lasts for 3 phases. But we'll get into that more during the game. Anyway, that's my plan. Fire the barrage once I get some pips. Pin everything in there, swing around. We'll see how it goes. So to start off the game, the British will start where you have a higher force morale, where the attackers. We both get D3 chain of command points. We both got 1. So we're both going to be starting off with 1. In every double phase or multiple 6 you roll, the opponent also gets a chain of command point for that.
Yep.
So a little bonus for them for having to withstand all that. So let's just get started here. That's chain of command point. 4 2s.
Wow. Well, you can deploy your entire...
Yeah.
Most of your platoon.
I can deploy a lot of stuff. All right. So I used all 4 2s. Brought in 2 sections. First I brought in Cody Neal's section. And then I brought in Mel Holland's section. And then Lieutenant Hume himself came in on the last 2 2s, making a 4. And he put Neal's section on Overwatch and the Bren team from Mel Holland's section on Overwatch. So we're over here now, looking down that way, and German phase.
Got 2
Nice.
5s, a 4, and 2 2s. So I've got 3 chain of command points.
So Robert's just going to wait. He's got his 2 chain of command points and he's going to be happy with that. Hey, double phase.
Oh, I now get another one.
So now Robert will get another chain of command point. So he's up to 4 already.
Yep.
That leaves me at 2, 4. Oh, and then I go up 1 as well. So it leaves me at 2 and a 4. 2, I put Clausius out back here behind the wall by the barn. And then with the 4, I just had Hume over there, Lieutenant Hume, put the last rifle team on Overwatch. So that whole line is on Overwatch over there now. And we move on to the next phase. Another chain of command point.
Yep.
Hey, look at that. 2 1s.
2 1s, a 2, and a 4.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, man.
That's not bad.
No,
All right.
that's not bad at all.
Okay. All right, so got a couple 1s. I used both of them. First, I brought in Josh Bruder's 2-inch mortar with its replenishment point. So this thing will give him 3 more rounds of shooting. Costs 1 point. And it comes in with a unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like on a jump off point, it comes with them. So there it is, there he is, Bruder and his 2-inch mortar. And then I brought in a Vickers,
Which is entrenched.
machine gun, which they now deploy in trench. I mean, hardcover anyway, but
But you're in hard cover no matter which direction things come from.
yeah, so it's, yeah.
And it also matters because you'd be in hard cover if I dropped indirect on you, where you wouldn't be in hard cover
Oh, that's right.
if you weren't entrenched.
Yeah,
That
that makes a difference.
big difference.
So yeah, one of the neat things with version 2 is that tripod mounted machine guns now deploy in an entrenchment automatically. Really cool. So yeah, that's it. I got a 4 left, but I'm not going to bring in Baldwin. So we're going to go to the German phase. Is that a 1?
1, 1, 2, 3.
And 2 more chain of
So I
command
have a chain of
points.
command point.
Damn.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
6.
And then he's got a 1, 2, 3 to play
1,
with.
2, and a 3.
I got to fire my 2-inch mortar. I was going to drop smoke, but I forgot. Oh well, that's fine. We'll just roll it up. So a burn 6, a chain of command point. So I'm up to 5.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves me at the 1, 2, 3. The 3, I brought in one of my support. So it's a recce carrier. It's a universal carrier with a 3-man Bren team and a junior leader. They've come in, they're on Overwatch. I'm out of Overwatch tokens, but they are on Overwatch. And then didn't do anything with the 2. And the 1, I'm having the 2-inch. I had the 2-inch mortar fire, and it landed over there in front of that jump off point by the restaurant where the smoke is. And that's it. So German phase. Another chain of command point.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of those.
I'm going to need them.
They're going to be handy. They come in handy in this game. A lot more
They
handy
do.
than they did. So that leaves you at 2 2s and a 4. Not going to do anything. Okay. 1, 3, 4, 4, and a 5, which gets me to a full chain of command dice already. which is nice. All right, 1, 3, 4, 4. First up, the brain carrier went flat out, 17-inch move, so he's fast. So I rolled what, 2 4s, or I don't know. It was 17. You get plus 1 per pip.
No, you get 1 inch per pip,
Oh,
plus 2 per die.
Yeah, so I got 6 extra inches of movement for being fast. So he moved up. The other one I did a 1. I dropped another smoke. So the British have a special rule now called smoke screen, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
But if there's 2 smokes within 6, then it fills everything in the middle in between. So I had 1 here, I dropped this one here, both hit the target, which allowed me to just fill in the rest of this. So now there's a smoke screen in front of this area here. And then over here with the 4, I just had Hume put Neil's rifle team covering fire on the front of that garage. Covering fire now not only does it give a -1 to hit, but if you aim it at a jump off point, then they become hesitant. Hesitant is the new term for trying to come in through a pregame barrage or trying to come in with no leader on the off table or an adjutant. Basically, you have to roll 4+ to come in. So a nice new addition to the rules being covering fire now aimed at jump off points will make them hesitant. So they'll have to roll. Anyone's going to have to roll to come in on that one next phase. And I got a 4 left. I'm not going to bring in my platoon sergeant yet. And that's it. So it'll be German phase.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a couple 1s.
2 1s, 2 3s, and a 2.
Robert's going to wait again. He sees no need to come in yet. So what do we got here? 2 more. Oh my God. I'm never going to get these 3s I need. 2 more chain of command points.
Nope.
And 3 4s.
3 4s.
What the hell? Man, I can't. I got still stuff off the board. I got my Piat team. I got another one of these. My officer or my platoon sergeant. Okay, damn. Let me think. With hardly anything to do, I'm just going to resume covering fire on that jump off point.
Okay.
And move on to the Germans. Oh man,
Triple end of
No,
turn.
there goes all my smoke.
All your smoke. You get a chain of command point. I have a 5 and a 3.
Oh man, I worked so hard to bring all that smoke in. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
All right, 5 and a 3. All right, well, Pack 36 has appeared over here next to the house behind the fence, and the turn did end. So all of my smoke went away. All of my Overwatch went away. My covering fire on this one went away, and I am down to 1 round of smoke. And it is the German phase again.
German phase again.
He's got a bead on my brain carrier over there. No.
Double phase, 4, 5, and a 1. So I get a chain of command point. You get a chain of command point. I have a double phase.
And a 5 and a 1 to work
5 and a 1 to work with.
Well, that'll let you fire that thing off at least. The 1.
Yep.
All right. Okay, I've burned a chain of command full dice. I want to interrupt. I don't want to lose this guy yet. So I've removed 7 plus 4 for being fast, and I am going to go off the road to this die. However, he's bought the Teller Mines and the Verge support choice.
1 point.
Which basically means there could be mines along the edges of the road.
Yep. So on a 6, there's mines on the edge of the road.
And then I'll be dead. No mines. What are the chances of just hitting a random mine?
1 in 6.
No
mines.
5. Thank God. Okay, so that's 1 point. So anytime a vehicle leaves the road from now on, you roll, me got roll, right? That's kind of neat. So he's just going to drive up.
I don't know where they are either.
And over. Yeah, you don't know where they are. Someone else put him here.
Someone
like
else
the last
put him
guys that were here, yeah. It was just, so he is out of the way.
Yep.
He's out of line of sight of that Pack 36, and you have a 4 to work with.
I have a 4 to work with.
And are you going to bring in a senior leader? We'll see what he does. No, he is not bringing in a senior leader, so moving on to the next phase.
2 senior leaders, a 3 and a 2.
3 and a 2 and 2 4s.
Yep.
Okay, first up, Robert used the 3 to put the Pack 36 on Overwatch.
Nobody ever uses them, and I figure we might as well.
The Pack 36?
Yeah.
Well, that's early war, but what the hell?
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, no, it was used throughout the war.
Yeah, that's
But it's like everybody brings like pack 40s.
yeah. Well, you're trying to save points. Plus, if you're only going up against Brent carriers, well,
Yeah.
you don't really need anything more than a pack 36. Then you put a unit inside this building, deployed off of that jump off point, and they are off. We don't know they're there. So I have to either see them go in the building, be within 18 inches of it, or have him shoot at me. But right now he's in there. I don't know that. So, and he's not going to do anything with the 4s, so British phase. 5. So the 5 again.
Yep.
Burn 6, and a 1, 2, and a 4. Tried, with the 1, tried to drop a 2-inch mortar round on the road to block it. It drifted over there. So that was a failure. I'm out of smoke, but I do have the replenishment point, so I get 3 more. Over
But
here.
I think you have to spend and activate them to replenish.
Okay, I can do that. If I can ever get my senior leader on over there.
Yeah.
Over here, Hume, he had a scout team move out from this section here, so they just moved up to that fence, and then he had the rest of the rifles resume covering fire on that jump off point in the barn. And that's it, so German phase.
Another chain of
You're getting all
command
the
point
threes.
and 2 3s.
2 3s, 2 4s, and a 5. And he just put the guys in that building on Overwatch. And I should have had Hume put some more squads on Overwatch, but I forgot, so... Or Hume forgot.
Yep.
Lieutenant Hume. Man.
1,
3s
2,
are... I'm getting so many 4s.
4s.
A 5, so I'm back to full chain of command
Full
again.
chain of command again, yeah.
2 4s again.
Yep.
I just got to get my stuff on the damn table here.
Well, you got a 3, you got a 1, and you got a 2, so you could bring on the either the Piat or the other.
Yeah, but I got to
one.
replenish so I can block this road. Okay, I'm gonna use the 1 to replenish.
Okay.
So we're restocking our smoke ammo,
Yep.
and I got 2 4s and a 2. So that was all I did. Replenished. So I got 3 more smoke rounds, and then over here, put this Brent team on Overwatch, this rifle team on Overwatch, and then I had this rifle team resume covering fire onto that jump off point. A couple 1s, that's nice.
1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I need to roll like that.
Yeah, you did.
Robert's not going to bring anything in. There's some 1s, 3, a 4, and a burn 6. So 2 1s, a 3, and a 4.
Okay.
First off, well, Hume came in. No, first the Bren came in. I have to do this in a certain order here. The Bren team came in. No, I don't know.
The Bren, the Piat, then Hume.
No, you know what I had to do?
Yeah.
I did it. I had to do it in the way I did it.
Okay.
First, I blocked
The line of sight.
the road with a 1.
Yes.
So it created the smoke screen again, it landed it. And then I brought in the Bren carrier after it was blocked. It had 2 1s, right?
You had 2 1s.
And then I brought in the Bren team, or the Piat team over here next to Hume. And then with the 4, I brought John Baldwin, the platoon sergeant, in over here. So everything is on the table now. Finally. Okay, now we can start operating. And that's it for the British phase. Yeah, it's taking me a while to get all my stuff in.
2 4s, 2 2s, and a 3.
Okay. It's passing, we're moving on here. 2 1s, a 4, and a 2, and a 5.
Yep.
Alright. Now we need to start doing something. So we're going to move the other brand back here. And it leaves me with a 1 and a 4. Alright, so I started off, well, first this Bren raced up. Great
Zoom,
move,
zoom.
18-inch move again.
Yep.
And I can activate these on once because they're teams. So I activated that one. This one, I started to move. I did a little turn, and I'm going to head into the gas station area. But Robert played a chain of command dice
Yep.
to ambush, and he has a Panzerschreck team.
I have a Panzerschreck team.
So he stops me 6 inches away,
Yep.
and he needs a 7
Needs
to
7.
fire because I'm small and low profile. Oh,
7
he just got it.
On
Just got it.
nose. Okay, what's the...
Yeah, I'm toast.
stress?
I only got like 2 armor against like 11 or something.
I think it is 11, but
it's
I'll
a lot.
check.
Yeah. It's 11. His 11 against my 2. Why you rolling all those little tiny dice for?
Because I ran out, I needed
Oh.
to get them in my hand. So, frontal armor, So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
So even if I block 2 of them,
It's 3.
It's still dead.
So 1 through 3, you're destroyed. 4 through 6, you explode. You roll it. So your vehicle is destroyed.
Vehicle destroyed.
So the team immediately deploys out. Let's look that up because it's...
All right, I got to get out of the burning vehicle. All right, we had to get out. 1d6 from the center of the vehicle. Now I have to roll. So we're going to start with the Bren team.
2 shock.
2 shock on the Bren team. This is as if in hardcover.
Yep.
The other rifle dude.
He doesn't care. And the leader doesn't care. So you get 2 points of shock. I'll get a photo.
We were at 2 shock on those guys, and I have to roll a bad thing for AFV, or Armored Carrier Destroyed. A 1.
1. So that.
All right, so over here, destroyed the APC. No hit on the Force Morale on a 1. So pretty much I just lost that. They're up here now with 2 shock.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fired one of his 3 Panzerschreck rounds and then vanished into the smoke again. So he's gone.
Yeah.
So he popped out, blew me up. Which still leaves me with a 4 and a 2. And last up, Lieutenant Hume, resume covering fire, put the Bren team on Overwatch, and then the scout team just kind of hopped over the fence there. They were within range of Hume's command. So I did not have to use a pip to move them, but they're over there, so now it's German phase. We're both rolling lots of 4s here.
Lots of 4s.
Lots of 4s. And I know you got 2 senior leaders. Oh, you got 3 4s. Nice. You can bring all your senior leaders.
All senior leaders.
And a 3 and a 1. They're passing again. Oh, I needed a double phase to another chain of command point.
Another chain of command point.
And then, hey, look at this. 2 more 4s.
2 more 4s.
Big surprise there, and a 3.
Yeah.
My next Bren with the 3, he's going to go off the road, so we'll see if a mine. Does he hit a mine?
No,
Thank
no
God.
mines.
No mines in this area. Of course, this guy just passed right through here, so we knew that. So he's going to just come up and go over there like that. Okay, so that's a 3.
Yep.
So with the 4 over here, I need to get these guys moving here soon. Let me think about what I want to do over here. So after the Bren moved, I used a pip, so you can use chain of command points to do stuff now.
Yep.
So I used one to activate my scout team. I was going to run into that smoke, and they rolled snake eyes. So they barely crept up there by the gas pump. Over here with the 4.
Well, I'm not taking cover behind that.
That's true. Lieutenant Hume resumed covering fire. And then over here, Sergeant Baldwin had the rifle team here put covering fire onto that one. So now we got covering fire on both of these, making anyone who deploys from them hesitant.
Okay.
So German phase.
2
Some more 5s.
Yep. Got a full chain
Only
of
1
command.
4 this time though.
Only 1 4 and 2 2s.
Okay. Passing again. Double phase.
I get a chain of command point.
Okay. And so do I, but I got a 5.
Yay.
So at least we had 2 and a 4. Man, 3s are very tough to come by today for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to make them.
Having to
2s
make
and
'em.
1s. And then,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Totally.
Okay, let me think of what I got to do here with a 4 and a 2. So I used another pip to move my scout team up. They got into the smoke, got within 4 inches of the jump out point in the garage, which means it is shut down. Not captured, he just can't deploy from it.
Can't deploy from it. I can still move it.
Can still move it. And then over here, Lieutenant Hume just had all these guys move up. So the squad on the left, the section on the left just moved up. Section on the right got an 11-inch move, so they caught up. Hume went with them. So everyone's just moving down the road, screened
Everyone's
behind that
moving down
smoke
the
for
road.
now. And then the BIAT team moved up, but only 3 inches. So that's it. So next, hey, I got another
You
phase.
got another phase.
Hey, another double phase.
Oh, another chain of command. Yep.
Hey, look, a 3.
There you go.
A 3 and oh wow, okay. Hume, he removed the 2 shock from the Bren team, which he could do is within 9. No one's in line of sight to the smoke. And then he had the other section move up. They got a good move. They're up by the gas pumps themselves. So that was a 4. And then with the 1, I had the Bren carrier crash through the fence, and he's up there with them now. So that's that, and another British phase. 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 5.
Yep.
Okay. First of all, Hume, he's had Neil's section advance up. The scouts rejoined them. They're up here now. He still has some commands, so he'll do some stuff later. But first of all, with a 1, the brain carrier drove up. I tried to drive through these doors, couldn't make it. So I'm doing an assault. I forgot what it's called. There's a new rule.
So the assault.
3 chain of command pips. I can basically drive up and get out.
Yep.
So my intention here is to drive up, get in here and capture this jump off point. But he's got guys on Overwatch.
Yep.
So go ahead and do your roll. Needing 4s. I have to survive this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're in the open.
I'm in the open.
So your leader is automatically hit.
Yep. And then, so I roll these?
Yes.
Saves, right?
Yeah. So 5s and 6s are dead. 3 and 4 are shock.
Okay, so I need to, the leader's hit.
Leader's hit. So you only roll 4.
So let's just roll for the leader, and
Yep.
then I'll roll 3 others. Or you got 5, right?
Yeah.
5 hits?
5 hits. So the leader's hit. He is wounded.
He's wounded. Okay.
And then 4 regular guys. 1 dead.
Nice. So
And you make a bad things happen roll.
junior leader wounded. Maybe a -1.
Probably.
But other than that, nothing but 1 dead guy.
Yep.
And a wounded leader.
Yep.
In the end, lost a man. Leader took a wound, but we did capture this jump off point. So at the end of the turn, he will have to take a bad thing for losing that. He cannot deploy on it anymore either. Okay, so moving on, we still have a 1, and Hume still has 2 commands left. Hume, he moved up there with Mel Holland's squad, just staying behind the smoke around the corner. The Piat team, lagging behind. He was the one to move them up, they barely moved. And with Hume's last command, he ordered this Bren team section, Bren carrier section here to run across into the garage with them. He's got a rifle team still on Overwatch up top. Take a shot.
Got 1.
He got 1. In the open.
Nothing.
We don't care. And that's it finally for the British phase. German phase. I still haven't lost any force morale, even with that wounded leader. Hey, look at all your 4s. 2 more chain of command points. 2 4s and a 3. 3. So Robert's deploying off the jump off point where the gun is. 6 inches right onto the objective. He got within 4 of the guys in the garage, which means close combat now begins.
Yep.
That does not count as a move, so I don't get any dice for moving. I'll get dice for machine guns and stuff.
Yeah.
So there is now, very similar to sharp practice, if there's a unit within 4 of the unit getting attacked, they can help out. So they can either join the combat, fire a supporting fire, which is just extra dice. It's not an actual shooting. It just have to be in line of sight of the enemy. Or they can just not participate. So I could have I could have both of these fight. I could have them front guys fight and then them fire supporting fire. Or I could just not do anything.
Yep.
The danger with them helping out is if they break or something, then they break too. So I could lose 2 junior leaders and 2 teams. This could be
hang on. I got Heimgranaten first.
could be a huge morale hit from losing a couple junior leaders.
Hang on, because
Yeah, Hangranaten.
yeah, we got to do that first.
Okay. All right, so he's going to do Hangranaten. That's 2 commands, right?
Yep.
From the junior leader, so he's using a 3, which is fine.
Yep.
He's going to get, how many grenades is he going to get?
2.
2 grenades. Okay, so 2 grenades are going to land in here.
And then, so we need to look up grenades in an enclosed space because
Yep.
they're nastier.
Yeah, I think they get 1 more hit. So we'll check
I
it
think
out.
so.
So 8 hits, 3 each plus 1 for being in a confined space.
1, 2 hits, and 2 points of shock.
2 dead, you mean?
2 dead, yeah, and 2
So you're just
shock.
rolling straight into the wound or
No, I think it's firepower dice.
firepower dice. So hitting in the open.
Yeah, hitting in the open. So you take 2.
So I had you got 3 hits,
I got
2 6s
2.
and a
2
4.
The 4 is just shock. So I got 2 hits and 2 shock.
So we're gonna retract the Hangranaten. Looking at the rules, it looks like you can't do it on the deployment assault. Basically, they have to be on the board already to do it. So now we'll just count up our regular old close combat dice.
Okay.
All right, I got 8. You got what?
8.
We both have 8. So the tallying is a little bit different. We're not going to go over it, but basically there's some differences. So it's now also 5s are a shock, 6 is a kill. So I guess there's nothing that gives you a shock and a kill anymore, which is fine. All right, so you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll roll here if you roll there. Or I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, it's a whiff.
1.
It's got 1 6. See if I can do any better here.
No
I got
6s.
2.
You got 2 points of shock, but no kills, so I win by 1.
You win
So we now get to see what
Really?
happens.
You won by 1?
I have 1 kill, you have no kills.
Wow.
But I have 2 points of shock.
Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll figure what's going on. So a small or a big change. 5s and 6s are both considered hits. Yeah, 6 only does the kill. But, and it says specifically, the winner is the side with the most hits. Not the most 6s, just the most hits. I had 2, so he's going to be the one falling back 6.
So I'm falling back 6 inches this way. I'm behind the fence. Do that? No, I don't.
Okay, so he's fell back behind the fence. A couple of shock. I lost 1 man out of this Bren team. So I'm down to just the 2-man Bren team, the
Actually,
leader.
he's going to deploy with the gun.
And he's bringing a senior leader in
You can put them on Overwatch because he should be within 9 of the
over
building.
there. He's going to put him on Overwatch. He got within 9 of them from where he is right there.
Yep.
These guys are back on Overwatch. They're over there. That's a 3 and a 4. And he has a 4 left. That's it for the Germans. So no bad things at all. It's just a quick little dust up. I lost a man. He didn't lose anybody. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen that in a chain of command. Usually when you get into these things, it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
But he basically jumped out, fired a few rounds. I fired. He killed one of my guys, and then he jumped back behind the fence.
Yep.
No harm done.
No harm done.
So, yeah, let's move on to the British phase. Double phase again. 1, 2, 4 to work with.
Yep.
I got 5 of these left. See, Lieutenant Hume, he ordered the Neil squad to advance up. They're up there behind that fence now. Then him and Milholland's squad got snake eyes, so they barely moved. And then he's ordering the Bren team at the front that just got assaulted to fire straight across the street at those guys who just assaulted them. So I got a Bren and 1 rifle. And I got only 2 hits. So one each.
1 per team, light cover, so point of shock, nothing.
Okay. And that's all 3 of his, so that leaves me a 2 and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
1, Lieutenant Hume is going to spot for my 2-inch mortar. And he's going to fire at those guys.
Is it the leader has to be within 6 of the mortar now? I think we better check that.
You know what, yes, we better check. Things are changing. So, yeah, Hume can spot for him. Any friendly infantry leader on the table can spot for light mortar. Oh, and by the way, Rich is here on the live stream, and he said you can
do hand grenade.
You can do hand grenade in the assault. Whatever.
Yeah.
This is a learning game. Now we know. We'll never forget that. But yeah, that would have made a big difference because he would have got 8 firepower dice before the assault.
Yep.
Which would have probably wiped me out.
Well, I think I would have had to split them across the 2 teams.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
it would have been ugly.
Yes.
Anyway, let's fire off our 2-inch mortar here.
1.
Got a hit
And I'm in the open.
in the open. It's a
One
dead.
dead.
Okay.
He's my leader.
Not the leader.
So
So we killed the guy. Nice. So I'm down to 2 HE rounds.
Yep.
And I think I'm at 2 smoke rounds.
Yes.
Second time around, those are the replenishment point.
Yep.
So I'm down to my final 2 smoke rounds. And that was a 1, so I still have a 2 left. Yeah, I guess I got all this stuff back here. Should I just start moving these guys up, I guess, huh? Let me think about it. Here we go again, British
Here we go
phase. Yes, another. Okay, I'm up to a chain of command dice
Yep.
again. 2
2
1s.
1s and a 2.
A 2 and a 4. All right, we're gonna have. First of all, we're gonna make a 3. We're gonna have Cody and Neil do the Bren focus fire onto the German MG42. This will give it the Storm of Steel bonus, which means that any 6 I roll on the to hit, I roll again.
Correct.
And if I roll another 6, I roll again.
Yeah, you keep rolling till you don't get 6s.
Yep. So we'll see what happens here. But folks, so all these are going on to the MG42. He can't split them.
Yep. And clearly, Rich is a fan. So you got one,
got
two,
1 6.
and you get a 6. So roll the 6 again. 3.
So I got 3 hits.
3 hits.
3 hits onto your
In light cover.
MG42. Ooh, a dead and a shock.
And a shock.
It's not the leader. So
I might as well be in the open.
you haven't lost anyone, huh?
I lost one guy in the squad from the mortar round.
Oh, that's right.
So we've got 3 shock on the MG42.
Which is over here. I
Um,
will figure it out. We're gonna have Lieutenant Hume will now do the same thing with this Bren gun, focusing fire onto that same MG42. Needing 4
yep, you got 3.
no 6s, but 3 hits.
Another point of
Point of
shock.
shock.
So there's 3 shock on 2 guys. So I got a total of 5 shock on the squad.
Yep.
And then you get one more.
And I have a 1 left,
Yep, you get another 6.
which is going to be the front squad in there.
Yep.
The Bren team in there is going to do the same thing.
3 hits.
3
I can
hits.
split these.
Yes.
So 2 on the rifle team.
This is not focused fire. Point of shock.
Point of shock.
Point of
2
shock.
points of shock.
2 points of shock. So that's everything of mine. German face. He's got 8 shock, or 7 shock on 9 guys or whatever.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, okay.
First up, the hold on, the
Yep.
MG42 popped up
Yep.
in an entrenchment, free entrenchment.
Free entrenchment.
Which is amazing. And he's going to fire over here at Cody Neal's guys.
Yep.
Needing force. Get this off.
1, 2,
Wow.
2.
What a whiff.
Yeah.
We'll do the Bren will be the green one. Oh, dead rifleman.
And not a leader.
Lost a man.
Hand granaten.
Hand grenade.
Another section deploying directly into close combat.
Oh, here we go
So
again.
here's my hand grenade.
He's going to do the same exact
Well,
thing.
Rich said we could do it, so we might as well do it.
You might as well. Yeah, I mean,
So-
straight from the source says you can
Yep.
do it. So we're going to do it.
We're gonna.
All right, they're coming back. The hand grenade, 8 hits.
Yep.
I have 2 teams in there.
Yep.
So the front team, these are just straight hits. I'm just going straight to saves here.
1 dead.
Okay, and then the team behind.
2 dead and 2 shock.
Okay. All right, so let's roll a leader for
Yep.
the front one.
Nope.
The back one.
Nope.
All right, so we'll sort this out. All right, so I did lose. So the back team wiped out.
Yep.
So let's roll a bad thing.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. I haven't dropped 1 force morale yet.
Not at all.
And that's it, I think.
So now close combat. I
Yeah.
get 8 dice.
And I am not gonna. My leader, wounded leader back there, is just gonna chill. He's not participating in any way.
So you get 2 dice,
One dice.
1 dice.
And then 1 more for the leader.
So that's 3.
And I do have a Bren in there though.
Yeah, the Bren, so that gives you 6. 6 to my 8. Because I lose a third for the.
That's right. You lose a third for that. Okay, hold
Yep.
on. All right, go ahead. Yeah,
So I got
much
1,
better.
2,
Wow.
3, 4. I got 5 hits.
they're
2
wiped.
dead and 3 shock.
They're wiped out. It's a good thing I didn't have my back guy do any support. Let's see if we can do some damage on the way out though. Oh yeah.
1 dead and 2 shock. So.
Check your leader.
Check my leader. Not
Oh,
my
yeah.
leader.
Okay, so
So-
my leader's dead.
Your leader is dead.
So I got to roll team wiped out
And junior leader killed.
and junior leader killed. So in the end, yeah, he captured actually both leaders. He occupied the terrain that he assaulted, which means he got to come in to the garage. There was that
Yeah.
other wounded leader in there who was going to fight. He was overwhelmed. They
It was
captured.
only 1 point of shock, right? You killed 1.
So I've lost 2 leaders, team wiped out. So I dropped 4. I'm down to 6 now.
And then he's coming over here on the 4.
We just got to roll for it.
Okay, he's gonna run.
He does move as normal. I mean, as long as he's within 4 of them. As long as he doesn't get stuck in the open,
Oh yeah.
he can make it to the fence.
Yep.
All right, he's safe there.
He's
Can't
going
be
to
triggered
remove
in.
2 points of shock.
Okay. All right, so that's what else do you have
I
left?
have a 2.
A 2. Yeah, so the senior leader ran over. Lankowski took some shock off. He's also ordering the entire section to fire over here.
Well, Lankowski's not ordering the section to fire. I'm using the 2 to have him do it.
Okay, so the section's firing on a 2. I'm going to use 3 of my chain of command points to hit the dirt. So I go tactical,
Yep.
which puts me in hard cover now that I was already starting in soft cover.
Yep.
All right, go for it.
Needing 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a lot of hits.
8, 9.
9 hits.
9 hits.
Okay. Well, I got 2 sections there, or 2 teams.
Yep.
So let's see here. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the rifle team.
And
4 on the Brent team. Yep. Hard cover.
Hard cover.
So yeah.
2
Oh
dead.
my God! Not this again.
2 dead.
What did I say that was? The rifle team.
Yep. So you got 4 on the Bren.
And 4 on the Bren.
Nothing on the Bren. Check your leader.
But I did lose 2 guys in the rifle team.
Not your
Not
leader.
him. So okay. Just 2 dead in the rifle team.
Yep.
Just down to 3 riflemen.
Yep.
Okay. Is that it for you?
Yeah, I'm out of dice.
Okay. Come on, baby.
And I burned a 6. So.
All right. So I got another 5
Yep.
and a 6. All right. I'm calling in my artillery.
Okay.
The mortar barrage is coming in, and I can see anywhere on the table. Doesn't
Yep.
matter.
You just roll.
Don't have to worry about the observer getting shot. There was a lot of gaminess with that when Andre and I were playing.
So.
It's like I'm trying to deploy my spotter on the table anywhere he can. Like it's like okay, this is getting ridiculous. I like this better. He just is on the table to count as a counter.
So
and
okay.
that's
So
it.
the first thing you do is.
I got to call in a ranging shot.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, our spotter is on. He's calling in his shot. Oh, I got to mark an aiming point.
Yep.
Let me measure some stuff out. Calling it in right there next to Lankowski. So now I have to roll to see what happens. So here we go. It's a 10.
Fire is on target. Bombardment begins immediately.
Sweet.
Mark an 18-inch square area with smoke. Then you have to decide whether it's static or rolling. I think you want static.
I'll go static. Yeah.
Yep.
So okay, so
There's a
the
D6 on the table.
81 millimeter rounds
1
are
through 3
raining
is
in
static,
right now.
4 through 6 is rolling.
Yeah. Okay. All
Um,
right, so we've called it in,
yep.
and it's well, these are the corners.
Yep.
So it's a big square. It's hitting all the Germans. I am
Except those
within
guys in the
6. Yeah. There is a danger close zone, so if you're within 6 of it, something happens. We'll have to look
do
at
that
but
next.
they're definitely going to be affected by that. So we'll start with the section behind the fence there.
Yep. So 2.
1 hit.
1 hit. Okay. 1 hit on the machine gun team.
Okay.
Point of shock.
Okay.
So they go back up to
Oh, is it per team?
per team.
Okay, so rifle team.
Rifle team.
3 hits.
3 hits. And they're in the open.
Yeah, need some big dice.
Can you?
They're right there.
Oh yeah.
Roll with
Okay.
the tiny little dice. All right, 3 hits on the
3 hits on the
Right.
rifle team.
1 point of
Point of
shock.
shock.
Okay. The leader, does he get hit?
No, he's attached because nobody. He's attached to that team.
All right, so the AT gun.
I'm gonna burn through. They're gonna hit the deck. Does tactical work against?
Don't know.
I don't think. Oh, then I won't.
I
bother.
don't. It's from overhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So you get 4 hit. So
Only
you got
1 hit.
1 hit there. They're in the open, so a point of shock,
And then the MG42.
which does get cover of the trenches.
1 hit.
So it's in light cover. And then you also get the,
Oh, those guys.
the rifle team there.
So roll your 1 hit on the machine gun.
It doesn't care.
And then the guys in the garage, 2 hits.
2 hits.
It doesn't reduce cover because they're in the building.
Yep. 2
Oof.
dead.
2 dead.
It's my leader.
He takes a wound.
He takes a wound.
So roll a
and
bad thing. Probably nothing.
We know it's nothing.
So you lost a guy,
A guy.
junior leader wounded.
Yep, and everybody
And
is
there's
pinned.
already a wound marker in there right next to him. Perfect. And everybody's pinned.
Everybody's pinned.
All right, so that was my 1. So
Now let's check your danger close.
oh yeah, let's check the rule for that. We're not moving. It says if you move within the 6-inch danger zone,
Yep.
you what?
You take, you roll 2d6 and you are hit on 5s or 6s.
Okay.
With the Storm of Steel bonus applying.
Yeah, and we forgot the Storm of Steel during all that. I don't remember if we got any 6s, but it does apply to that. So any 6s, I should have got to roll again. All right, so that was a 1. It leaves me a 2 and a 4.
Yep.
That Clausius, with the 2, he moved out. Nothing going on back here. And I made a mistake. I should have did all my shooting. I had some shooting. I could have laid it into those guys and then called the barrage. I did it in the wrong order. So, yeah, that was not a very smart move on my part. So let's just go right into the German phase.
2 3s, a 4, and 2 2s.
All right. So Robert pulled a bunch of shock. That's all I can really do.
Yep.
And I have to activate the barrage. So I either have to get a 1 or I have to use one of these pips.
Yep.
Okay, I got a 1.
Okay.
So I got a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
We're starting the barrage again, so
These
machine gun
guys.
team. 2 hits.
2 hits. Roll the 6s again.
Oh yeah, Storm of Steel.
Storm of Steel.
So
3 hits.
3 total hits in the open
Okay. In the open.
on the machine gun. Dead
1
and
dead
a
and a
shock.
shock. Okay.
So the rifle team.
2
2
hits.
hits. Nothing.
Nothing.
So check your leader.
Why I didn't get? Oh, because the 1 hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. All right. So that's the squad. So let's go to the AT gun next. 1 hit.
1 hit.
Dead.
1 dead. Not the leader.
The MG42 on tripod.
Rolled at 6
3
again.
hits. 3 hits.
2 dead and a shock.
No leaders there though.
No, but
No leaders in that group. The guys in the building, the garage. 1 hit.
1. Nothing.
Okay. Well, that was pretty effective. So that was the 1. Gives me a
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Clausius ran up. He got a hell of a run. He's up there in the grass. I did pull 1 shock, so there's going to be 1 shock. I didn't put it on there yet. I'll put it on the rifle team. German phase. There's one more round, one more phase of the barrage to come in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Large straight. He just pulled more shock,
Yep.
and he's going to have some recrewing. This guy's now jumping over here.
Well, they're not. They're not because it's still
Yeah.
hunkered down. But it's like you two. They're there. You're now on the machine gun team.
Yeah, and they're right next to him anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, so British phase.
British phase.
I did not extend the barrage.
Any ones?
No 1s.
Okay.
But I am going to have to use a pip,
Yep.
so I just got 1.
Yep.
So we'll go back down.
So-
Okay, and then that leaves me with 2, 2, 3, 4. Machine gun team recrewed.
1 hit. 1
One
dead.
Rifle team.
Nothing.
So check your leader.
No.
So he's back down to 1 guy again.
No, he's got 2 guys.
Okay. All right. So the AT gun. We got a 6. So that's 1
One.
hit.
Doesn't care.
The MG42. 1 hit.
1 hit. Dead.
Okay. And the guys in the building. 2 hits.
First team. Nothing because they're.
Okay.
So-
That's right. There's 2 teams in there, huh?
Well, but only 1's in the barrage.
Oh, okay. So that's that.
Yep. So the barrage is
Barrage is done. So it lasts till the end of the next phase. Or at least the
end of this
the
phase.
smoke and all that.
Okay.
I think it's the next one. This one and the next one.
Let's
While
double
it
check
lingers.
it just to be.
So it leaves me 2 2s, a 4, and a 3. So I've moved. Clausius's guys ran up to the wall, took another shock, but they're up to the wall now. Good thing he moved that jump off point. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he did use a chain of command dice to move his jump off point, which was a smart move.
Yep.
And then I had the lieutenant put these guys on Overwatch, and that's it. Wow. All your junior leaders, all your leaders, senior leaders can activate a 3 and a 1.
Yeah.
So the bombardment is over,
Yep.
but the effects the smoke lasts till the end of this phase.
Correct.
And at the end
And
of Robert's phase, all this will go away, but everyone will be pinned.
I'm ending the turn.
And then you're going to end the turn right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So the bombardment effects go away. I am now unpinned.
Yes. And then it's my phase.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll clear all the smoke and it'll be British phase. Yeah, that's it. So clear. Gust of wind came through and it's over. And he's unpinned now because the end of the turn. So he's ready to fight. But I get to go have a phase first. I wasted 6. 2 3s, a 1 and a 4. Off here with the 3. So I don't know if I went over that, but yeah, we we captured the machine gun. One of the guys had to take the crew prisoner, so he's in the back. We reoccupied the ground we took. So the rifle team's in the entrenchment, the Bren's over there. And now I'm going to have, over here, I'm going to have Neil's squad just fire straight ahead at these guys, needing
4s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
3 on each because they're in the same cover.
Soft
So
cover, yeah.
machine gun team, 1 dead. So now it's 1 guy. The rifle team,
Point of shock.
point of shock. Not my leader.
So just 1 dead and a point of shock.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So next up, I've had Lieutenant Hume ordered this squad to move up 1d6. So I'm going to fire the Bren at half effect at those guys as well.
Yep. 3s for 4s.
2 hits.
Black's the machine gun team.
Point of
1
shock
point
on the
of
rifle.
shock.
So they're starting to get whittled down, but man,
Yeah.
they had a bunch of shock, but during that barrage, it all went away. Or not went away, it was pulled.
Because it's the only thing I could do.
Yeah, so it's not bad. So that's a 3 and a 4. So leaves me a 1.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to have my 2-inch mortar. 2-inch mortar is going to fire another shot
Okay.
at those same guys, I guess.
3 dice for 5s and 6s.
Yep, via Hume. Yeah,
Nope.
One
1
hit.
hit. Storm of Steel.
Storm of Steel. 2
2.
hits and 3 hits.
2 on the rifle. 1 dead. Nothing on the machine gun. Not my leader.
Just a dead rifleman.
Yeah.
Man,
They're whittled down.
so that 3, is there 1 guy in the machine gun, right?
1 guy on the machine gun.
3 riflemen and the leaders.
Yep.
And I think that's it for me. All right, so your face. Hey, all your 2s.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a waste.
3 2s and a 3. Starting off, we're going to have the 6 rifles scattered around this building. Fire at the rifle team here. Need 4s.
Need 4s. I got 2.
2. In the
And I
open.
can't hit the Bren team.
Okay, so 2 on just the rifles.
1 dead.
Dead
Check
and a
the
shock.
leader.
Dead and a shock.
Not the leader.
Okay. All right.
Okay. 2 making a 4. He's going to.
Lankowski.
Yep. 1, he's going to order this gun to fire there.
Okay.
I get 3 HE at 4s. Or actually, no, I think you're too close. We got to use rifles. So I got 4 rifles.
Too close. I don't think that's a thing for AT guns.
I think you have to be under 12. You defend yourselves with rifles. So I got the leader. I think has an SMG.
No.
So, no.
No.
Okay, that's just.
I
4
mean, he might
rifles.
be modeled on, but no.
Okay, 4 rifles. Need 4s. Got 3 hits.
Okay.
And you can split because you're both in hard cover.
Yeah, 2 on the rifles.
1 dead.
So dead and a shock.
Check the leader.
Ooh, not the leader. So
Okay.
dead rifleman.
Second.
He probably wishes he could have taken the guy to the rear.
Yep.
The 2 prisoners.
Lankowski's going to form them as 1 team.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all going to fire.
Oh, so they're all one big team now?
Yes.
All right, let's take this guy out.
And we're going to fire at
These guys?
these guys.
Okay.
So I get 8 dice for the machine gun.
All right, get them together. So he's combined these guys into 1 team.
Yep.
This is all under Lankowski, right?
Yep.
That's 2 2s. And so yeah. So everyone's firing. Everyone's firing over here.
And I think I have to make up bad things for the team wiped out.
I don't need wiped out. Cease to exist.
You got 5.
5 hits. All right, 3 on the rifle team.
2 on the Bren. You're in light cover.
Yep. So the black will be the rifle team. So I took a bunch of shock.
4 shock.
3 shock on the rifle team.
And 1 on the Bren.
Man, I might be getting close to being pinned here.
And then...
So I got more guys on the rifle team than I do the Bren team. Or the Bren team than I do the rifle team now. Okay.
Yep.
So that's 4 shock, but yeah, I'm not going to be pinned quite yet.
Hand granaten.
Hand granaten coming out again.
Coming out.
All right. Can you just keep doing that forever?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we'll sort it out. So the squad in the building, they're going to do the hand granaten again.
Yep. Again.
And they got 6 hits with the machine guns. So
With the grenades.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that all of it? Should I split them up or just put them on the right?
I would...
It is one section. Yeah, they'll all
Yeah.
fight. Okay, so 3 on the rifles.
1 dead.
3 on the Bren team.
So 1 shock on...
So a shock, so a dead.
1 dead and 1 shock on the rifle.
And then a shock
1
each.
shock on the Bren.
Okay. After he's come out, this is what it looks like. So I'm not going to get to fire the Bren because it's facing that way.
Yeah. And I don't think you'll get the
Sadly.
Bren in the defense because
No.
I'm not in the Zark.
Right, that's what I mean. I
Yeah.
can't. I'm not going to get the dice for the Bren. But I will get dice for your movement, which is what, 1? 1d6?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll count up what we got. Here we go. I got 15 dice. That's not even counting the Bren gun firing on the way in. But so I do have more than him. But
Oh, you lost for your shock.
oh yeah, I got lose 1 for the shock.
I think it's 1 per shock.
All right, here we go. Let's do this.
5s and 6s.
Come on, Clausius. Oh baby.
I got 3.
I got a lot more than
I got
that.
4, 5, 6.
Wow. Clausius just kicked some ass. So I got 5 kills.
5 kills.
And so I got 6 total hits. You got 3 total hits?
Yep. So you're going to win by 3. Check your
Yeah.
leader. You lose 1 man.
Yeah, we'll sort this out. So the garage is clear. They have retreated back there with 3 guys with 3 shock. Team wiped out. Team wiped out. He wound up dropping 2 force morale down to what? 5.
5.
He's at 5. I'm at 6. All right. So Clausius is held up here. All right. So that's that.
Yep.
Are you done?
I'm out of dice.
Okay. Sure. British face. Hey, there's all my 3s.
Yep.
3 3s, a 4, and a 5. Start with the 4. We're going to have Baldwin order the Vickers and the 2-inch mortar. I think he's got 1 round of HE left. They're going to see if they can either pin or finish off that squad that broke from that combat earlier. So we're going to start with the Vickers. He's over 24, right?
Yeah.
Can you measure that? That's pretty close. Probably over, but it's real close.
Just over 24.
Okay, so I need 5s.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. 3 hits. Hard cover. Oh,
One
a
dead.
dead.
Not the leader.
So that'll pin you.
Yep.
So they're pinned.
Yep.
I'll have the 2-inch mortar. Maybe I'll change. Yeah, I'll change my 2-inch mortar target back to the guys over there.
3 dice for 5s and 6s.
Got
One.
1 Storm of Steel hit. Another Storm of Steel hit. 3 another Storm of Steel hit.
4.
4 hits. Wow.
In the open. 1 dead and 2 shock. Is not the leader.
Okay. That was a hell of a 2-inch last gas for the last round of 2-inch mortar. HE.
Uh-huh.
All right, so that's everything for here. Oh, you know what? He's got a rifle too. I
Yep.
guess he can take a shot. He'll take a shot at those
Need a
guys.
5.
Nope,
Nope.
he missed. All right, so that's the 4. Next up, we're
5
gonna.
inches, because you're just out.
Yeah, so Milholland over there, he is going to. I'm sorry, that's Clausius.
Yeah.
Or I'm all mixed up. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is Clausius. That's Clausius' Milholland. He's going to throw a grenade, and then we're going to do a close assault. So 1
Beat
grenade.
5. You beat it. So you get
Alright.
3 hits in the open.
3 hits. So
Don't
point of shot.
Point of shock.
Okay.
So So I get 5 dice for the men,
And
and
then
then
we'll-
using 2 dice to move.
Yep. Actually, I probably could have just. I gotta get it
Yeah,
1 inch.
It's 1 inch.
Yeah, why would I do?
So,
I
okay,
literally only need to move 1 inch. I was a 4.1 inches
Yeah.
away from me, so I'll just do 1d6 movement.
Yep. So I have 6.
We'll just move up. Here we go. Yeah, fighting.
Fighting.
Let's do this.
You did it.
Oh wow.
I got 1.
Oh man, they're look at this.
Gone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead.
They're all dead.
So you're gonna be rolling a bunch of bad things,
Junior leader killed.
or captured, more like.
Oh, no, he's dead. He was hit. He was dead.
All right, fine. We'll kill him then. Right?
Junior leader.
Junior leader killed. Fight -1, and then
Support unit wiped out.
fight -1.
But let's double check.
All right, we're Germans are gonna withdraw from the field. They are down to 3 force morale. They're gonna start losing dice.
Yep.
He's got nothing left except for off the board, except for his
got
Panzerschreck. He's got a depleted section here,
And I got those guys trapped.
a
in
full
the house.
section in there, but they are pretty much surrounded.
Yep.
He's got a pinned team and a junior leader there,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I
And
think it's definitely time to fall back.
I could get to the objective
We'll be on the
eventually,
objective next turn.
and then I could start the final countdown.
Yep.
But there's no point.
Nope.
So the final countdown didn't come into play. I think the idea is that if I capture it, it gives Robert or your opponent a chance at a set amount of time to get it back. So it would be hectic. It was actually already hectic as it probably would have been with the final countdown, just with all the counterattacks and attacks and everything. But yeah, these guys failing that was pretty much the end of it for the Germans. So yeah, the British pincer move. We got a squad there. We got a squad there. We're going to come up right up the middle. We're going to get that objective. Germans are down to 1 squad in there. These guys are not going to last long. I can also capture these 3 jump off points.
Yep.
I could overrun all 3 of those and end the turn if I got 1 more chain of command point. And yeah, that in itself would take them to 0.
Yep.
So I mean, in the end, ultimately, didn't make the objective, which I'm not surprised. It's not easy. So we didn't get to test the final countdown. But, I mean, we know what it is. It's a chance for the defender to get it back. And it's a chance for the attacker, if they get it, to say, you have this long to do it, or I win. So it's a nice addition to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, yeah, there's a lot of small changes. Now on the surface, there's a few things that stand out, like the mortar barrage, but there's a lot of things that changed.
Yep.
Little things that you don't think about maybe when you first read through the book the first time, but when all of a sudden they pop up in the game, it's like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. There's been the fisticuffs changes it's a lot different.
It is. Well,
No.
I think it's
It's less deadly.
it is less deadly. I mean, I would say it's less of a risk.
It's less of a risk because 5s now are just a shock.
Yeah.
Before it's kill and shock. I mean, you were losing dudes left and right. I mean that showed in that first attack when these guys lost.
Yeah, but they
They didn't lose anybody. Suddenly they were just, okay, we tried, we couldn't get in, we're going to go back here now.
Yep.
In version 1, that might have been, they were lost. I mean, lost a couple guys. Who knows? It would have been different.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, because it would have been a tie fight because you would have lost 3 guys instead of 1. I would have lost 3 guys instead of none.
I don't remember.
Or instead of 1. So
I don't remember what
yeah.
exactly we rolled.
It was pretty close. 'Cause
I
it was
won
only
by
a difference of
1. Yeah. So yeah, the fisticuffs are different. The charts, that's quite a big change that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but it is different.
I mean,
The
there's a
mortar,
lot of other pieces like there's just a lot of little changes, and I think that's what made things so difficult for us.
yeah,
Is that I mean, big changes are easy to remember.
right.
The little changes
Yeah.
are what constantly going back. It's like, are we sure? That
Yeah,
that's
this
how
has been
it
a
is?
long ass game.
Yeah.
We're trying our best to
I mean
to get everything right, but
well,
there's
there's
a lot
things
of
like
changes.
the new support point, like the teller mines.
Right, those are cool.
The free entrenchments are nice.
I did like the teller mine thing.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly, I can't just drive. Now you got to think, oh man, do I stay on the road? But for 1 point, On this map, yeah, you got all kinds of places.
Two roads.
Yeah, and then the mortar barrage, huge difference. I like it. It's a little bit. I think it's easier now. Didn't feel really OP to me. It did some. It did a fair amount of damage.
Yeah.
Like it didn't wipe you out.
I mean, I think the only thing that I'm thinking of is that some of the the bunching targets is really going to hurt 3 team sections.
We did not counter that. There is a rule if there's 3 or more teams within 4 inch, then you get +1 to hit them. Which I don't think we had that.
No,
I mean it was set up for it over here, but no one ever shot that way.
Nope.
But yeah, I don't think that there was no 3 team groupings of guys. But yeah, that is a big change too. Suddenly it's +1 to hit a bunch of guys all grouped together, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, well, if you're grouped together, yes, I think it's really going to hurt like the Marines with their 3 fire team organization.
Yeah.
Because it's 3 4-man teams.
Right.
And you're now +1 to hit them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that'll come into play in later games, but overall, yeah, I like the changes. It's a new game for us. It's we probably missed a lot of stuff, made a lot of mistakes, but we're trying. What can we say? All we can do is play it and try it. We don't have time to freaking play test outside of these games. This is our game. This is our gaming time. We don't have free time to practice game. I mean, yeah, in a perfect world, we would do that.
So I guess the question is, do we want to try another game to play different forces, or do you want to go with your original plan, which is to start the 2 Operation Martlet Scottish Corridor as a learning objective?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm down to just start the campaign, honestly.
Then let's just start the campaign.
yeah, let's do it. We got the forces, we got the terrain, we got 1 practice game under our belts. Yeah, no one's gonna be happy with us making mistakes, but whatever.
It's entertaining.
We do what we can, and yeah. So that's that. But yeah, overall, great changes. I mean, we need more games to really get a good feel of how it affects everything, but while this game did run long, it seemed like it went pretty smooth and quick. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a long game.
Well, I mean, and things like the Storm of Steel with the 6s.
That was cool. I do like that.
That I think adds some interest and tension.
Yep. Yeah, because the Americans, that's what they get now.
Yep.
Instead of the re-rolling ones, they're getting that with their BARs. Yeah.
Well, no, even with the Garans and carbines too.
Yep. Brands, carbines, BARs. I think even they're getting that Storm of Steel right away.
Which I think is when it also adds some importance to the upgrades of being able to get buying those semi-automatic rifles, which nobody did.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you have that as a support choice, yes. I know that in the book, the American Airborne can get BARs. And BARs like 4 shots now.
Mm-hmm. So
suddenly that's really good.
Or in the late 45 U.S. Army organization, where it's instead of the 3-man bar and the 8-man rifle, it's now 2 4-man bar teams.
And the BAR is only operated by 1 guy now too.
Yeah.
So it's not like 1 guy in a crew. It's 1 guy pumping out 4 shots, and then all of his riflemen.
Yep.
So yeah, 4-man BAR team is that's not bad.
No.
It's putting some lead down range for sure, better than it was.
It's less fragile than the 3-man BAR team.
Yeah, or the 3-man Bren team.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's cool. So thanks to Robert for coming over. Thanks to everyone who watched the live stream with us.
Thanks for everyone who told us everything we did wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rich.
Yeah.
It was definitely appreciated having you here.
Yeah, that was great. And so anyway, that's it. We'll finish this one off. Let us know what you think. Hopefully you guys get some games of this soon yourself, and let us know how you like it. And with that, we'll say thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.